Who was Ibn Rushd, the philosopher who changed history? Imagine living in a world where asking the wrong question could cost you everything. A world where ideas were feared more than weapons. Now imagine one man who refused to stop asking questions. His name was Ibn Rushd, known in the West as Averroes. He became one of history's greatest philosophers. His ideas would help shape the European Renaissance and preserve the wisdom of ancient Greece for future generations. Yet today, few people know his remarkable story. Born in Cordoba in 1126, during the golden age of Islamic Spain, Ibn Rushd grew up in one of the world's greatest centers of learning. While much of Europe was still in the Middle Ages, Cordoba was filled with libraries, scholars, physicians, and scientists. Coming from a respected family of judges, he received an extraordinary education. He mastered law, medicine, astronomy, theology, and philosophy. But one thinker fascinated him above all others: Aristotle. For Ibn Rushd, philosophy was not a threat to faith. He believed that truth could never contradict truth. If God created both the universe and the human mind, then reason itself must be one of God's greatest gifts. This simple but powerful belief defined his entire life. He devoted years to studying and explaining Aristotle's works with unmatched clarity. His commentaries became so influential that European scholars called Aristotle the philosopher and Ibn Rushd simply the commentator. His writings crossed religious and cultural boundaries. Muslim, Jewish, and Christian scholars all studied his work. Universities across Europe relied on his books for centuries, influencing generations of thinkers, including Thomas Aquinas. His ideas traveled farther than he ever did. But great ideas often create powerful enemies. As political and religious tensions grew, philosophy became increasingly controversial. Ibn Rushd's critics accused him of placing reason above religion. Eventually, he lost the favor of the ruling authorities. His books were condemned. Many were burned. He was removed from public office and sent into exile. Imagine spending your life searching for knowledge, only to watch your life's work disappear in flames. Yet ideas are far more difficult to destroy than books. While many of his writings vanished in parts of the Islamic world, translations survived in Europe. His works continued inspiring scholars long after his death. Ironically, the philosopher, whose books were burned, helped ignite one of Europe's greatest intellectual revolutions. Ibn Rushd was also a brilliant physician. His medical writings remained standard references for centuries. To him, medicine and philosophy shared the same purpose: the search for truth. One healed the body, while the other sought to understand the mind. Nearly 900 years later, his questions still challenge us. Can faith and reason exist together? Should we fear difficult questions or embrace them? Can civilizations grow stronger by learning from one another, instead of rejecting different ideas? These are not medieval questions. They are modern ones. Perhaps that is the true measure of a philosopher, not how famous they become, but whether their ideas continue to matter centuries after they are gone. One famous story tells us that when Ibn Rushd died in 1198, his coffin was carried on one side of a mule while his books balanced the other side. Whether the story is entirely true or simply symbolic, Its meaning is unforgettable. His body was finite. His ideas were not. And perhaps that is the closest any philosopher ever comes to immortality. If you enjoyed discovering the forgotten minds that shaped our world,